Hi, this is Stefano Pando from Astro Vega. I've often asked myself, what is a meteorite hunt like? Would I be able to find a meteorite on the ground of a desert land? Then I got obsessed with the idea and researched for a year on the subject. So I finally flew down to the southwestern part of the United States of America and met Larry Atkins, a meteorite hunter. As we met by accident in Franconia, desert land, Arizona, he invited me to do a couple of meteorite hunts with him and gladly went along for the ride and learned everything I could about meteorite hunting. Larry Atkins is an early member of IMCA, the International Meteorite Collectors Association. His website, Cosmic Connection Meteorites, is packed with his massive meteorite collection, which holds hundreds of finds across the nation and throughout his career. He put on record, like for example, the biggest meteorite found in almost 50 years from the famous Holbrook strewn field, which echoed in an article November 2007 in the Meteorite magazine. In this video, me and Larry will be out in the fields looking for the first meteorite fallen from a 2-day-old fireball over Prescott, Arizona. The video was filmed on February 16, 2020. Throughout the hunt, Larry tells us his skills and the pros and cons of meteorite hunting in order to find a meteorite, and hopefully we will be the first ones to find a fresh new meteorite to be put on record. We are presently in Prescott, Arizona, February 18th, 2020.
So, on Sunday, a couple of days ago, a meteorite fell at 7:30 in the morning and was captured on Robert Ward's all-sky camera. And then Mike Hankey from the American Meteor Society has put together a solution as to where the meteorites are most likely at. And he has searched the archived Doppler radar and has found signatures. So right now we're just got to town and we're trying to find our way into the strewn field, which of course is one of the most challenging parts of this whole thing. Usually takes a day or two just to get yourself organized and oriented and figure out where the private property lies, where the public land lies, etc. And so that's what we're working on right now. We left this morning about 9:30 or so, Coolidge, Arizona, heading for the Prescott area. We're actually a little to the west of Prescott, I believe, in outside of a town called Paulson right now. But we're getting ready to head west. We were not successful trying to get to the small end of the strewn field. It looks like it's all ranch land and heavily posted private. So we're going to head towards the middle of the strewn field or the larger end, which of course is not the ideal situation.
If we ask permission from the private owners.
And of course I told you no, because it's too early in the game. So through the years of doing this, it's you know, a little experience. After a while you find out the do's and don'ts, and one of the don'ts is you don't come into town screaming from the rooftop that meteorites are on the ground in the neighborhood. If nobody knows it, you want to keep it kind of quiet. Otherwise it gets shut down really fast. So, you know, we're trying to keep it quiet right now. It's important to recover the rocks first, get some, and then let the cat out of the bag, so to speak.
Right on. Yeah, so it's really a serious challenge. I mean, it's not fit for everybody to do this. I mean,
yeah, it's challenging, and that's why not very many people do it. For instance, Osceola, Florida, I spent 4 days doing this, driving around, trying to figure out how to navigate through the flooded, sandy roads that ran through the swamp, and it takes time and effort and money and a lot of willpower. And so most folks, you know, they give it a shot. They might try it for a while, and you know, and they find it's just too challenging. There's more important things to do at home around the house or something.
All right, well, that's very good, Larry. That sums it up. we going now, Larry?
So we're going to go to the larger end of the strewn field. We've just been down here at what we call the small end. And what that actually means is the stones would be smaller down at this eastern end of the strewn field. If the meteorite was coming from, we'll just generalize and say east to west, the smallest stones are going to fall first, and they'll be the farthest to the east. The larger stones have more mass, and therefore they're going to carry farther downfield. So a strewn field, typically call it 10 miles long, maybe 20 miles long. You know, for the first several miles, meteorites only might be 1 gram to 10 or 20 grams. The next few miles, they might be 30, 40, or 50 grams. You get out to the very far end, 10 miles out, maybe only 5 miles, but usually longer than that. But 10 miles, 20 miles out, and they start to get into the kilo range, multi-kilo range. You could have a meteorite out here, maybe 30, 40 pounds possibly.
Wow.
So you just asked me how many meteorites might be on the ground from this event.
Yeah.
And that question is pretty broad. However, Robert did mention on television yesterday in his interview that he suspected it might be the size of a microwave oven, the material that was left over after the burn. And then so, you know, you think about a microwave oven sized piece of rock, that's a meteorite that's going to be somewhere in the vicinity of 100 pounds or so, maybe more. So you break that up into multiple pieces. You know, there could be literally hundreds of stones on the ground, possibly less for sure. It just depends on how strong or weak the material is. Oftentimes that's going to determine how many stones actually end up on the ground.
Okay. Wow. Look at this nice view.
It's beautiful. Look at that mountain. Looks like we're going to run right into it.
Hey Jackie, hey, you like hunting? Huh?
Hey Jackie, you want to sing a song? Sing a song?
Oh Jackie,
Alright, so we're coming on the other side of the strewn field, which is the heavy side, right? The
larger side.
The larger side.
Yeah, and so we get to the road that my GPS says to take, and once again, posted, no trespassing, and a big fat padlock.
Oh, darn.
I've never seen so much posted land. You know, look how busy that road is right there. See how much access has been on that? I've got half of mine just to camp out right here tomorrow for a couple hours and wait for somebody to come and just say, hey, what do we do to get out on this land? Because the last thing in the world we want to do is trespass. We're not going to do that. So, all right, so now it's Plan G. I think we're way past Plan C. We're on Plan like G or F now. All right, I'm gonna pull over and take a look at my information, my data, and see what's going on. Stefan. I'll tell you right now, we're only going to hunt that one return for so long, where the big main mass of the meteorite might be, because that's only going to be so big, and we're looking for basically one rock. You know, you're only going to spend so much time there. The real meat and potatoes of this hunt is on the other side of this fence. So tomorrow, my main mission is going to be to go to town and get information. I have to make contacts with somebody. So, now when we first got here, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to go ahead and make my way around and get a feel for the lay of the land. And now I see what it is, and we're going to have to talk to somebody. So we finally found some state land that's open. If you notice, there's no fence on the left side of the road, and the side on the right is fenced. That's the private land that we've been circling around for the last several hours. Finally get to public land here on the left, and as it turns out, there's only one radar return on that public land, and it's the main mass. So this is going to be a pretty short hunt, and then it's, you know, tomorrow morning we'll hunt this main mass out here on this public land, and if we don't find it, it's back to the city to find the owner of all this private land.
What do we have here?
No
Another.
We finally get to our road, and no hunting, hiking, or trespassing. This isn't gonna be it. It's gonna be another one of those hunts. I'm just cracking up. Well, you know, I'll just say, I mean, this is not uncommon for these kinds of things to happen. So. We're going to try again. We're going to turn around, and we're going to try a different location to enter. I found here on my map. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so if you notice, there's this big wash and this smaller wash. According to the radar data, the main mass is sitting somewhere right around this area here, which sits right over here to us right now, the way we're setting. But this is all private land. That Las Vegas Ranch Road back there, you have to have a gate code to get in. And when I look on here, here's the entrance, wherever it went. But anyway, it's all neighborhoods back in here. You can zoom in and you can see the houses, the big ranches. So this is all private in here, all big ranches. And so strike 3, the entire strewn field is in private land. So we're going to regroup, and tomorrow we're going to go to town. And actually, we're going to town now.
Yeah.
I don't even have a place to camp. So it's a little bit disheartening.